When there's an injustice against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up. Don't sit down on them, if they need you.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet's Pop Culture Justice. I am Andy Signore, and man, we got a great show for you. I'm going to get right to it. I don't even want to delay because before the stream, I was already talking to him, trying to get my head wrapped around this, and I'm not going to be able to do it any better than they are, so I want them to explain it to all of us at the same time. So happy to have Mr. Christopher Melcher here and the real Laura B. What a panel. Let's start with you, Christopher. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, and it's nice to be on the show with Laura.
Laura B. Oh my gosh, so excited to see you. And I'm so happy we get to announce that you're coming to Vegas.
I'm coming to Vegas. I'm so excited to meet everyone in person.
Oh, I'm so happy we got to make that happen, and I cannot wait to meet you. And guys, after this story, we got a surprise guest. We have another big surprise guest coming to Vegas. This one's going to blow your mind. You're going to want to be there. They're going to be calling in a second to reveal it, so stay tuned. But before we get to all of that, now that we got these two experts here, I've been hearing all about this Amber Heard. Thanks to Laura, you really put this on my radar. New filings showing that Amber is apparently declaring herself homeless, so therefore she can't get sued. She did no wrong, and she's fighting with their insurance companies, claiming they have no jurisdiction, as she's essentially homeless in the USA and not a resident in California or any other state. So you broke this down in this new filing. We have the filings here as well, based between Travelers Commercial Insurance and New York Marine General Insurance. Laura, can you break down the difference between these two insurance companies so we can start there?
Yeah, well, I was being a little cheeky because I've been an expat, so it's not homeless in that way. She's just claiming no residency in any state. But yeah, we have two insurance companies, Travelers Insurance, New York Marine. Travelers sued New York Marine like July 2021 and saying, hey, you need to pay half your costs. You need to give us a lawyer. You need to defend Amber Heard. New York Marine countered back and said, hey, you caused our lawyer to leave. You wouldn't work with them. So if Amber Heard and you don't want to work with our lawyer, we shouldn't have to pay for any of her defense. After the verdict, New York Marine filed suit against Amber Heard saying, hey, you lost, and you lost with actual malice. So therefore, this is an intentional tort. You did this on purpose, and our insurance is not, no insurance is meant to pay for things that you do on purpose. So we're not going to pay toward the judgment. We're not going to pay for any more legal fees. And who knows, they may even try to claw back. Travelers is completely on Amber's side. According to Deadline, they're also continuing to pay for her appeal. Amber is saying, hold up, wait a minute. This isn't even done yet. I'm appealing. So all of this should stop. And oh, by the way, New York Marine, you can't sue me here in California because I'm not a resident of California anymore.
All right. Well, thank you for that summary of what we're facing here. That sums it up. That does make more sense to me. Christopher, I'm going to go down to you. What is your reaction to this?
Yeah, so if you kind of remember back, we were questioning, how does Amber Heard afford these lawyers? And she had insurance. She had a home with a homeowner's insurance policy, and these provide broad level of protection against various types of risk, and that would include defamation. And so she had insurance through two insurance companies. When she got sued, she tendered her defense over to these insurance companies and said, hey, I'm being sued. I want a defense. And they both offered her a defense. Travelers eventually agreed to allow her to select her own counsel, which is really unusual. Usually the insurance company is going to say, here is our counsel that we use, and they're all independent and great. Typically, and but she was able to convince Travelers to allow her to select her own. New York Marine wasn't going for that. They said, hey, we'll pay for an attorney, and they selected somebody that seemed very well qualified, and she's like, no, I won't work with the person. So New York Marine saying, well, we're out. We're not going to provide, your own hand-picked lawyer. It doesn't work that way. So Travelers eventually said, hey, we're paying, and it's got to be, over $1 million in defense costs, are saying, hey, we want New York Marine to pony up because they also issued insurance policy to Amber for similar risk. And so now the two insurance companies are suing each other. And Amber Heard's also being sued separately, I think, in this case with New York Marine. And so what's happening right now is it's all in federal court, and that's a key. Why is it in federal court? Why is it in state court? Well, in the U.S., federal courts have jurisdiction to hear disputes between citizens of different states. And the concept there is that if you're in one state and somebody else is in a different state, you don't really want to get hometown and have all these issues. So the federal court will say, hey, we'll hear it, kind of rather than having state A versus state B hearing. And so we have New York Marine and Travelers. So one's in Connecticut, one's in Delaware, and then Amber Heard we all thought was in California. So you have diversity. So none of the parties are from the same state. That's what gave the federal court jurisdiction. And now this is going forward, and in this filing that Laura found is Amber saying, well, wait a minute now. I am a U.S. citizen, but I no longer live in the U.S. And so for diversity jurisdiction in federal court to exist, it has to be a dispute between various citizens of states of the U.S. And here I don't live in the U.S., so therefore I'm not a citizen of any state of the U.S. A U.S. citizen, but I don't live in the U.S. And the test is as of the date it was filed. So she can't escape jurisdiction by just moving after a case is filed. So the test is absolutely done when this case was filed against her. And so she's going to have to prove that when the case was filed, she was not a citizen of any state in the U.S. And the test there is domicile, meaning where do you claim your home to be? Where, it doesn't necessarily have to be physically present there all the time, but where do you claim your home to be? And so she's saying, well, it's nowhere in the U.S. And if she were right, if she did not live in the U.S. when the case was filed against her, then federal court wouldn't have jurisdiction over her. But we're questioning, well, when did she actually leave being a resident of any state in the U.S. in favor of going somewhere outside the U.S.? She doesn't provide that detail.
And what about car insurance, car registration, driver's license, voter? I mean, all those things that she's left behind if she still owns a car.
Yeah.
Her pride and joy Mustang.
So sure, those are all great questions. And when we get into this concept of domicile, it's again, not physical presence. It's, where you claim your home to be. And we're going to look at all those things to prove whether the intent that she claims is correct or not. And so you got to think about people like, for example, a service member, somebody in the military, they may get deployed overseas, but still claim their home is in California. Their domicile is in California, even though they're in Afghanistan for a year. So it's not your physical presence is where you claim this is my residence, even though you're taken away from it at times. So all those things, Laura, that you just mentioned, she did have a house in California that she sold earlier. Owning real estate itself is not enough, but hey, that's something. Like you say, car registration, voter registration, driver's license, where you're actually spending time, and so they can get into that level of detail and saying, well, let's look at where you're spending your money, and that will tell us where you're spending your time. And you can't just say, hey, I always loved England, so I'm going to claim England as my home, but you never established residency there. That's not going to work.
I have an interesting timeline from some things I've seen. For example, Elaine filed for this protective order for her deposition. At least for the last 2 months of 2021, Elaine claims she was living with her sister. We know from tabloids, January, February, March, she was filming in, I don't know if it was Argentina or Ecuador. So she was filming out there. I don't know what happened for 1 month, but then April, when the trial started, we know she rented a home in Virginia to stay there during the trial. After the trial, we saw her go to New York for interviews. She supposedly stayed in the Hamptons. She was seen on a Florida plane going to, well, now we know she was in Tel Aviv for a while. Then she landed in Spain. She's been recently seen in London. Now, none of those things seem to depict that she's choosing those as domiciles, that they're just things that have forced her to move around or she's on leisure.
Yeah, that's the thing is that it's one thing to claim, this is my new home, I've established this, and I intend to stay. That's very subjective, and so the court will look at objective facts, and somebody who moves around a lot, can get confusing. But we'll see what ties she had to California and when she really cut those ties. So again, easy for her to say. But she's going to have to back it up with proof. She can't just say like, "Hey, I'm stateless." We do have reporting, we saw on the internet. I don't know, the veracity of it, but that she's been living in Spain, and there's some town or village in Spain where she's been living. So, again, but how much time is she actually spending there? Does she lease a property there? Does she have all the hallmarks of establishing that as her domicile? Does she even have a legal right to be in the country, from other than as a visitor or tourist? So, how can she claim something as a domicile? You can technically, but, that would be a consideration. Does she have a legal right to be in Spain more than a few months? Does she own any property there? Does she rent any property there? She's definitely going to be subject to tax, in Spain if she stays there for, I think they have about a 6-month test. So if she's going to remain there, she'll be paying taxes there if she has any income. So, again, it's going to come down to some credibility and proof, and we haven't seen those facts come out yet.
And I'm sure they're going to be curious if she had not been found liable, would she be leaving California? I mean, was that what made the decision? She was found liable. And that's when she decided, oh, I'm not going to live here anymore. If I'm not here, you can't collect the money, a judgment against me. And oh, by the way, New York Marine's going to sue me too.
Yeah, I got to think that privacy reasons may be part of it. In this story, Andy, that you have up, there's some, quote about somebody in the town saying, we're a small town. We leave people alone. And so it may be as simple as that she's, how do you escape if you're Amber Heard from all the attention? And so it may just be for that. A town of 1,270 inhabitants.
Don't bother anyone and just live and let live. Caustics is where she is.
We know Spain is pretty serious when it comes to taxes because they sued Shakira.
Yeah. Now, of course, she had massive income. I don't know that, what income does Amber
She's like anybody
have?
else. She buys fruits and vegetables, and she speaks Spanish with a Mexican accent, and she's very polite. I don't believe this is her. She always says good morning to us. And yeah, I guess they're gonna let her live. I mean, look, she has a right to live her life. We don't have to like her, but yeah. So, So I mean, should we be worried, Christopher? In your opinion, is this a worthy tactic that they're employing?
Yeah, it's nothing to worry about because even if the federal court doesn't have power over her, a state court will. So it's just a matter of a delay in getting it, into the right court system. So it's not going to affect anything really. And this is mostly just a fight between two insurance companies figuring out, what their duties are to their insured. So, this isn't really going to impact anything. And, I think it's just, though, to show what's happened to Amber Heard. And, obviously with all the exposure that's post-trial and now leaving the United States, not even living in the U.S. is where she's at this moment.
Did you have any other questions to ask, Laura?
Well, she's got more things filed. Like she's throwing everything at the wall, just like her appeal. If this doesn't work, she's also trying to get things dismissed. Like, your other counts have no basis in law. We want to get those dismissed. And then, okay, worst case scenario, we're going to have it stayed. And Travelers surprised me, and I kind of feel bad for New York Marine. Travelers sued New York Marine. They would like this over. Travelers was pushing to get this done, then did an about face saying, oh, wait, we have to wait until the original trial's over. And the judge said, no, I'm not staying discovery. We're moving forward. You're the plaintiff. You sued these people. They want to get on with their life, so to speak. So now we've come to the point where now Amber wants to stay it, and Travelers is still saying, "Oh yeah, let's stay it. Let's just do whatever Amber wants. Let's just stay it. We don't want." And New York Marine is like, "I want to be out of this case. I want it over with."
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess, because I used to do some insurance litigation, a long time ago. And, from the insured's perspective, this is almost like an ad for Travelers. I mean, if you get sued, and you got to defend yourself, who do you want? Travelers, who is going to pay for the lawyer that you choose and not stop even after you've, lost? I mean, continue to help you with an appeal? Or do you want New York Marine, that's going to say, hey, do it our way or no way? So I understand, it's many people don't like Amber Heard, so they're going to align themselves with anyone who's anti or against her. But in this respect, Travelers is doing a service to their insured. And obviously got the really bad end of that bargain because her annual insurance premiums that she paid Travelers for her home are, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a year, for the couple years she owned that house. So they might have got $10,000 in premiums max, and they've paid out, easily $1 million. With all these lawsuits, probably $2 million.
They're saying, Chris, they're saying $15 million.
$15 million.
They paid $15 million in legal fees so far in her defense.
Wow.
And the only other question I have is, now New York Marine is her commercial insurance. They insured Under the Black Sky. That's her loan out production company. So that's the commercial insurance, whereas Amber Heard would be a beneficiary to that. Now that company still exists in California. That's what put it in California for New York Marine. That's where the policy was written. This company is still active. She's still listed as an officer. So I'm not sure if that.
CEO, yeah.
Yeah, that's they're still there, like you say. So yeah, I'm not seeing if there's changes there. But yeah,
the last change I see is November, where addition of Officer Amber Heard, Chief Executive Officer.
Okay, so they just changed her title. Yeah, like I say, it doesn't, what she's saying doesn't totally make sense, with all the ties that she has to California, and all of a sudden she's some stateless, citizen. But again, at the end of the day, it's mostly just a dispute between two insurance companies. And, but it is, the most interesting thing to me is that she left the U.S.
Yeah, quickly.
And, that's...
It almost feels like this was on purpose, right? Like, do you think there was a part of it that she knew, well, if I get out of the States, I might have more leeway to get away with things?
I don't think so. I don't see that. I think it's more just about maybe being shamed and being too recognizable and too difficult to operate in the U.S. and finding a place that, she could hide is my guess of what's going on. I really doubt that she pulled up stakes and left the country because she wanted to make this obscure jurisdictional argument.
I don't know if she's got any work at all. She's got residuals. The last she worked was January, February, March on that movie.
I know, Christopher, you got to go. Before you go, I'm going to introduce, as you go, we have a special guest who's coming to Vegas. Guys, look who's entering the chat. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Alejandro, what? In the car. I hope he's vaping. I cannot wait to vape with him in person. Are you there, Alejandro? He's setting his audio. Oh my God, yes. As he's setting his audio up, I can confirm Alex is coming out to party with us in Las Vegas.
Wow.
How exciting is this? Oh my goodness, it can't get any better. Now Real Laura B, now Alejandro, Amy Goodhart, Kim, Steph, the whole nine, Christopher Melcher. It's going to be in touch. Can you hear us, Alejandro?
Chris, are you going to be there
Yes,
too?
I can hear you guys.
Woo, there he is. Welcome to the Vegas crew. We're so excited to see you in Vegas. I want to make sure before Christopher left, he got the exciting news. Yeah. Hold on, we'll come back to you, Alex. Just 1 second.
No
Christopher, I know you got a thing you got to jump to at 4. Yeah. Thank you for making time. Any final words from you?
No, it's good. Nice to meet you, and we'll see you in Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Thank you,
sir. It's a pleasure. Mr. Melcher, we'll see you soon, and we'll see him in Vegas. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir. All right, we got Laura still here, and look who's here. Oh, my God, guest call-in. What is up, Alex? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, of course. I heard you were down because I never know if you can. What's your schedule? I figured you're working or busy. But then I heard, through Amy, you're like, I'm available. I'm like, oh my God, please come out. So we're gonna see you. I guess Friday and Saturday at our meetups. You're down?
I'm down.
Oh my God, Laura, you haven't gotten to meet Alex yet, have you?
This is amazing.
It's turning into a whole. This is gonna be a whole to do. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to miss Vegas. I don't like to vape, but I gotta vape at least once with you. You'll bring your vape for me, yes, sir?
I don't think he's vaping right now.
Yeah. You know what? I lost my vape, and it was a crazy weekend. I don't know what happened. It just disappeared.
Oh, there you go.
I gotta see Laura and Alex vaping together on the. If there's one Vegas goal, it's Alex and Laura vaping together in Vegas. We'll see what happens. But I'm so excited to be here, just to have you here, because it's gonna be such a fun show. What are you excited to see, Alex?
I'm just excited just to go and hang out. That's about it. What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
There you go.
True. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, there it is. Big news. We got. If anybody wants to help with his gas money and his drink money, I still think we all owe Alex a ton of money because of all the stupid ridiculousness that they put him through on his work days. How do we get your Cash App? What is your Cash App?
Oh man, I got to look into it. I can't remember it.
Let's see here.
Let me see if I don't lose you here.
Hold on, I'm looking. I make sure people. Let's all buy him a drink. Let's see. I have. Is it L Alex?
Let's see. Yeah, probably. Cash App.
Be careful, you got the wrong person.
Yeah, don't crash.
It's a symbol of money. L Alex 323.
L Alex 323.
It's money sign and then L Alex.
There it is. You guys can support Alejandro right there at L Alex money sign 323. There it is. Buy Alex a drink and help his gas money. He's coming out. Help Alex get to Vegas. Boom. I'm putting it in the chat. I would love for you guys to support. I'll be Cash Apping you as well, sir, to make sure we got you good.
Surprised. They're very generous.
Yes, I know. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it.
Our Planeteers are the most amazing in the world. We
There
like
they
to share
are.
and celebrate. So I cannot wait. If you were on the fence about coming to Vegas, I hope this puts you over the edge to see not only the real Laura B, but also vaping with Alex in Vegas. This is going to be unreal. We will be in Vegas, guys. If you're wondering what's happening, yes, this weekend, you can head to my link tree. It's in my pinned comment. It's in all my profiles. You can head on over there. Oh, wait, Kim's waiting. So I'm going to get Kim and Stefan. You can click over there to our link tree. Everything you want to do to support the Popcorn Planet is here. Our merch. But right here is our second link. Click on the Vegas meetup details. We are going to be there on Friday night and Saturday night. And we will be there from 4 o'clock on Friday. We have a pre-show at the Parkway Tavern. All of this is available in the doc. You'll be able to see it there. And then on Saturday, we will be at the Nerd at 5 p.m. We're also going to be seeing the Johnny Depp show at 8 p.m. It's going to be unreal. I can't wait. And yes, we are going to have Alex, everybody there, I hope, Laura B, all at the show. I'm trying to make it happen. Kim, look who's joining us. How excited are you, Kim?
Kind of losing my mind.
Yep.
I'm so
with
excited.
Laura and Alex.
We're gonna have so much fun. I am so excited. I'm so happy you're coming. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
Appreciate that.
Well, there you have it, a fantastic show. Oh my goodness, Christopher Melcher, Real Laura B, Alejandro, all coming to Vegas along with It's Kim, Steph the Alter Nerd, Louis Leck of Nerd Report, it's his birthday today. We're gonna head on over to Nerd Report and show him some love. Please come over, buy him a drink, and show some support over on Nerd Report. We'll be redirecting there. You can just look up Nerd Report and find the birthday stream. Come join us. If you're not watching live, I'm gonna paste the comment link and also redirect you. Please make sure you also subscribe to Steph the Alter Nerd over on YouTube. It's Kim on YouTube, as well as Popcorn Planet. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, and go over there. You can also go over to my link tree. It's pinned on all my videos. If you guys haven't seen it, I don't know what you're waiting for. You can subscribe, you can get our Vegas details, you can join Telegram, you can support, and then even down here, you can go support Steph on her channel, all her links, Lewis's links, Kim's links. It's all there. Go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with more fun times here on Popcorn Planet. Bye, everybody!